Welcome to 90 Day Fiance.
Three-way.
Three-way.
Reply, mate.
Pew, 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 pew.
Okay, episode 7. Are you happy now? How's it going?
Good.
Also good. I went to go see Michelle Branch in concert and she played Are You Happy Now?
No, wait, for real, you did? Like
Yeah,
recently?
did I not tell you? Yeah. She was in
What?
town.
No.
And yeah, we went to go see Michelle Branch and she played the hits.
Oh, wow. Where?
Come on, I can't reveal all of the
Oh, shoot.
information's close to me.
Yes.
I want to get doxxed.
I was also going to be like, with who? What friend? Because it wasn't
Yeah, I
me.
cannot reveal any more personal information than other than what you already know.
Okay. Nice. Very nice.
So who's happy now, do you think?
None of these hoes is happy now.
You know
That's
who's
true.
happy? Michael.
Oh, I don't know. He's about to lose his cash cow.
Yes, get into that one.
All right, let's do it. So basically it is the end of Michael and Angela, possibly as we know it. We are thrown right back in the middle of Angela wailing on the cars and her friend yelling at Michael through the window, presumably. And through that entire fight, I was like never really sure why Michael was not coming out. Was he somewhere else? Where did he come from?
I rewound this like 3 times just because it was really juicy. But I don't know. I think he was in the house. Maybe he was sleeping. I don't know.
But like, I guess they have a back door, maybe. But like, he basically popped up from the side of the cars.
Oh, he did? Okay,
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
he
catch
was like,
that.
"What's going on here?"
Maybe he wanted to take the intruders like by surprise or something.
Which is his wife, which is not an intruder because according to Nigerian law, that's her house. That's my house. That's my car. I pay for this.
What do you guys think about this fight? Was Angela in the right? Was Michael in the right?
Dude,
Whose side are
Queen
you
Angela
on?
is the queen of hypocrisy because everything she said about Michael, we don't know, could be true, right? He could be breaking her heart. He could be cheating on her. He could be talking to all these women. But the things that she's mad about, she does the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why are you getting mad for the stuff that you do yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I mean, when she was in the car going home, like after the fight, she was like, I came here wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I was like, what? How did you want to
Oh,
give him the
that's true.
benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, she did not give him any benefit.
She went in there like on 100 and just went crazy. She didn't even try to talk to him.
She was already mad back at the hotel when he said ha ha ha. And that's why like she wanted to just go there right now, even though it was nighttime and dark. The friend was all caught off guard, but she was already heated. So that's why she was like, come on, let's go. Let's go. We're gonna go now. And then she saw him and she just straight up attacked him.
Yeah, she
Mm.
sure did put her hands on him.
And then she said, I showed who I am. This is who I am from the beginning, but he lied that he didn't show who he really was. Do you think that is true?
No, I think she made him the way he is.
I think this is the same exact guy, but she was just blind to how he was before.
Really? I think he was more sincere before, and she pushed him to this point of like not caring anymore about her because she treated him so poorly. You think that he didn't care for her?
Mm-hmm. I think he did. I meant it more in the sense that this is his person. He's always had this kind of personality, right? Yeah, and what you're saying is like, yeah, he could have gotten more amped about being mad over the course of their relationship, because of the way she treats him, for sure. But was he sweeter? Hmm. I don't know. He just kind of always talked about her boobs.
I mean, he liked her. Yeah, he was physically attracted to her. I don't believe he was yelling at her
Yeah,
before,
let's
or
think back to
he liked sexy time.
after the marriage, right? They spent their
Hmm.
honeymoon together.
Hmm.
They didn't really have much fights. I think this whole thing collapsed when Angela's mom died and she went back, and that these two have had issues since then.
Yeah, since she started getting work on herself, right? She started getting a breast
Even
reduction, which
before,
is fine. She got the gastric. Hmm.
even before that, she was still like big Ange, and
Hmm.
she had to go home from her honeymoon because her mom was dying. Uh, and then there was already issues because she was getting mad that he wasn't responding to her, or he would shut off and his phone, and he would be unreachable and stuff like that.
She needs therapy. Yeah, she says that she's a fighter, but she's still hurt. She's like, I'm a fighter, but he still hurt me. So I don't know. Is that supposed to excuse her behavior? Is that what she's saying?
Does she mean like fighter, I'll fight for this? Because that's not her either.
No, no. I think she meant like the way she's super aggressive fighter.
Yeah, well, she was
Mm.
really aggressive. Wonder what that tattoo is on her boob. See her boob?
Mm-mm.
Is it all different now after she lost weight?
Her boobs? Yeah, they're much perkier.
But is the tattoo different?
Oh, I can't remember. I just remember seeing something was on her right boob because she was showing a lot of cleavage. That made me like think about it first because I was like, oh, Angie's boobs are kind of big.
But
Mm.
you can tell that Michael was super pissed. Like she really pushed him to that place of no reason. Although he did have reason enough to not totally go crazy on her like he could have, like he didn't put hands on her, or anything,
Mm.
and he didn't like curse her out the way she cursed him out. I don't know. How could anybody be with Angela? Like it's just a toxic situation. It will bring out the worst in you. They're like, oh yes, relationships. Supposed to bring out the best in you.
Yeah, she like she's like saying things that she knows will hurt him. Like you
Mm.
imagine, that Nigerian culture is already very like focused on masculinity, and the whole time she's calling him like bitch, you little bitch.
Yeah. And F you. Can you imagine if somebody that you love or somebody's supposed to love you is just cursing you out like this constantly? Like you would get
Mhm.
to that point of just being cold inside. You know what? I don't care if you got hit by a car right now.
Like, how are you able to reconcile after that? Like, how could she still have hope after saying all that stuff?
And then she cries and says that she's hurt. Like, really? You did this to yourself. You literally did this to yourself.
Yeah. Well, next week we'll see Michael and Angela finally maybe talk to each other without throwing milkshakes or beating each other up. Hopefully.
Well, I'm curious to see if she's gonna stay calm and we'll actually have a conversation.
Do you guys
Angela? No.
I know exactly. I don't think so either. Do you guys think that Michael did anything wrong in this scene? This whole fighting scene and all? Do you think he did anything
No.
wrong?
Maybe he could have been not as aggressively responding to her, just so that he wouldn't make like maybe look as bad. Maybe
So
because he
you
just
felt
said
like he looked bad?
no, he didn't, like nothing that I would say is not a normal reaction.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he wanted to like save face,
Mm-hmm.
he could just be like, get out of here, go to your hotel, we'll talk later, and like in a really calm way.
And then turn around and go back in the house and lock the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm. That's so hard though, like being
I
woken up
know.
and then somebody messing your car, calling you a bitch.
In front of your whole
Yeah.
family,
Yeah, in front of your
cursing
whole
you out.
family.
And not only that, running at you and attacking you.
And the fact that it's your wife.
And then there's this other lady too that you don't even know there, like also saying stuff to you.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
who is she? Get
And
out of
not only
here.
and not only that, Angela attacked his family too, was attacking the brother.
Yeah,
Why are you
she's
treating him
gone
like
that
a
far.
baby? Why are you treating like you treat him like a baby as a man? You know, she started attacking him too.
She's lost it.
She crazy.
Um, I hope Michael just I don't know. On one end, I wish she could come to America and then just ditch Angela because she's somebody who deserves that.
Like he's super successful here, and then yeah,
Yes,
he ditches her.
unlike Muhammad and the other poor lady, Eve. Eve
Eve.
didn't deserve that, but Angela deserves it. And I don't care how harsh I am. Angela does deserve all of these things I'm saying. Cancel me. Cancel
You
me if you
might,
want.
get angry email.
No, I don't think anybody will cancel you in favor of Angela.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So who else shall we move on to? Who else is really happy now?
Jenny and Sumit sexy time. Jenny and Sumit sexy time. Jenny and Sumit sexy time. Jenny and Sumit sexy time.
What is there to say? Jenny had sexy yoga
Oh man,
at the yoga studio.
that pose of Jenny doing the cowgirl on Sumit, I was like, wow, we're really seeing a little piece of them.
Sometimes Jenny feels young and youthful, and in these moments, I feel it has come out. She doesn't look her
I
age.
agree. I agree. Exactly. When she like got on him in that little like city pose, and I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, Jenny, get it.
Show those other young couples. You got this.
It's so funny. That was like my favorite whole thing in this entire episode.
I know. I like their storyline. I'm glad that they kept them because they're the only one of the lighthearted stories. Not too much going on.
Yeah, I agree. It was weird to see Jenny talk to her daughter because like I forgot she was a mom. You know what I mean?
What was weird about it?
I don't know, just weird to see her in that capacity. It's just see her take on the mom role because we've always seen her in like this other capacity as like this older lady who's trying to keep up with Sumit and putting up with all of his, you know, his guff.
And speaking of that, her daughter Christina is going to come visit with her wife. We're going to go visit Jenny and Sumit in India, so that sounds exciting.
Do you think it'll help basically make Jenny forget about wanting to come to America?
No, it'll make her want to come to America more.
I thought so too. I'm like, Sumit, it's wishful thinking, buddy.
Yeah, I agree.
I really want to see Sumit in America. I really hope that their storyline ends with them in America. I mean, maybe not this season, but they're going to be back, and I would like to see them in America.
It would
Do
be
you
a
think
whole
he'll
last
ever?
season. I feel like I would watch that season of that 90-day stories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll ever go to America, or at least I don't think he'll like ever want to go to America. He's still, he'll do anything for his family,
Mm-hmm.
even jeopardize his relationship with Jenny, even though Jenny is his family now too.
Yeah, he's crazy. He said that right in front of Jenny during like the interviews, right? He's like, "No, I'm not going to go to America. My number one priority is to win back my family." And then she's like, "Exactly. Your family will always be your priority. What about me? Hello."
I like how she like just basically brings that to a really more joking way now.
Mhm.
It's just a joke to her. Like, I'm never gonna be the priority.
But she's also never gonna leave too. So
Girl,
you know what
she's
I
running
mean?
out of time. She can't find a new man.
That's true. What you gonna do? She's gonna stay in India and like be
and die
unhappy.
there. She is standing the entire.
died there.
I hope not, for Jenny's sake.
I hope she lives. She's alive for as long as Sumit is alive.
Yeah.
Why is Sumit so likable?
We were just
know.
saying that in the car today. I'm like, you know what? I really like Sumit.
We were
Because
talking, you know, we said we were like,
yeah, go ahead. Tell
I
her.
was talking about how
Andre.
Andre's looking better and better.
Mhm.
And then Dylan was like, I don't know. It was like his personality was just like not the best. And he's like very aggressive. And then we talked about how great Sumit was. And how like charming he was. And they're like, the perfect man would be Sumit's personality and Andre's body put together.
Yes. Although it's hard for me to
Best guy.
imagine Andre having any type of like personality
Yeah.
like Sumit. He's just so
Exactly. No.
aggressive. I cannot even imagine it.
Yeah, there's no way. His brow is like always furrowed. He's always angry at something.
Yeah, Sumit is just he is, even though he does so many terrible things. But yeah, and maybe it's because it's his intentions are good. Like it
Mhm.
comes from a good place. It's just ultimately though really bad. But it comes from a good place.
Yeah, that guy has like committed multiple heinous acts at this
I
point that should have
know.
gotten him canceled.
Okay, so has this inspired you to also do your Kama Sutra yoga class with your significant other or future significant other?
Yeah, dude, I'd totally do it. Looks super fun. I don't know about the
I'd do it.
chanting. That looks weird.
Yeah, I would do it. Why not? I mean, if it'll help the sex life. And Jenny says like she knows all she needs to know, but I don't think that's true.
No, you can always
I
learn,
really,
Jenny.
yeah, I really don't think it's true.
That's right. People can always learn.
Yeah, she's a new techniques. She probably never did the chanting, right? So, you know, there's always new things you could try, Jenny. It might blow your mind.
This has inspired me. I'm about to Google right now Kama Sutra focused yoga class in my area.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah. So mark this day. 9 months from now, we'll probably have a fourth kid in this podcast.
I will name that child either Jenny or Sumit.
Now, let's combine their name. Smeni, Sumeni, Soani, Jumit.
Jimit, Jimit,
Jumit.
I like Jimit.
That's their
Yes.
celebrity name. Jumit.
or Jitty.
Jitty. I like no Jitty. What would be the mit what would be the submit part? The
It'd be Jitty. It's the end of submits with Jenny. Like put his in the middle.
How
yeah,
about
Jitty.
Jitty. I like Jitty.
Sujay? Sujay, Sumit, and Jenny.
Yeah, that's not
Sujit.
bad.
Yeah, but I like
Just
Sujay.
Jitty. Jitty sounds like titty. And I
Why
like
Jitty?
it. It
it doesn't.
fits.
It
It's
doesn't
fun and
sound.
playful.
It doesn't sound like Sumit is in it.
Well,
He's in the
it's
middle.
It's the IT part.
It's like all Jenny.
Okay, Sumiti. Sumiti.
Sumeni.
Jumeti.
Okay, we've spent way too much
Okay,
time on
okay.
this.
Okay, anyway, I'm going to look this up, Kama Sutra, and I will be trying it. I'll get back to you guys.
All right,
Okay.
report back next week.
Mhm.
Bring a
Mm.
pregnancy test. We'll
Yes.
do a reveal live on camera.
No, that will not be happening. There will not be any more children coming out of this vajay. As of now.
As of the next month.
As of the next month.
Safe for a month.
All right, who next?
Let's do Kim and Usman real quick. It's pretty
Ooh.
simple.
Yeah.
They go to Sokoto to meet Usman's family. Apparently, that's where the Muslim religion is really strong there, and he's very famous, and everybody knows him, and he gets a lot of accommodations. And Kim looks like she's enjoying that until Usman goes to meet his mom, and we find out that, of course, Usman's mom is traumatized by Usman's past relationship. He ends up telling his mom that he's dating another American older woman who's like 50 years old. And the mom is, of course, saying, I will not support this. Usman says, I'm going to bring her tomorrow. But the mom was like, you should just have a wife that's of tender age. And I can
Oh,
find you
tender
one.
age.
Yeah, that can
I
bear
like
you
that.
children. And I can find you one. Like, all I have to do is nod my head and it will be done. Right.
Mhm.
And that's where it ends. And then we see in the next time that Kim goes to meet Usman's family and they all hate on her and she's crying and it's sad.
Yeah, they actually got along this episode.
Yeah, they didn't fight.
Not yet.
Not yet,
It's
correct.
about to be a fight.
I'm sure it will.
Did you make some comment like, he's always changing what he's saying about the second wife, but you know, I can't really trust him about what he says with the second wife, but I'm still gonna go with it or something like that. Like some kind of, like she's like dismissing the thing that's right in front of her face. Like,
But
okay,
she's been
yes.
doing that. She'll say it and then she'll say, oh, but I love him, and then just do everything anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you can't really by now, you can't really blame Usman. Like she should know better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he
Like
keeps doing all these things and she still sticks around.
and she knows it, she's saying it, but she just says, oh, I love him, and then she just does it anyway. So it's like, how could you feel bad for her? She's like, you're doing it to yourself, lady.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. His family's not going to approve, probably. So we'll see how everything goes from there. We still have a lot of episodes left, so I don't know what's going to happen. What's else is going to happen? It's only the 7th episode,
I know.
right? So
Okay, let's move
yeah.
to another quick one, which was Bilal and Shaeeda. And it's like her practicing driving. And I was like, man, why does she always look so good? Like she looks camera ready every single time. Did you
If you
see how
stay
good?
ready, you don't gotta get ready.
Look, they have matching outfits. They're both wearing black and white. They like coordinating their colors, these two. But I don't know. I felt like she looked really good in that driving scene. I was blown away with how beautiful she was.
She did look good.
Yes,
She
that's
always
a
looks good.
really good look for her. Anyway, yeah, so she's driving. They do some little bickering here and there. But the main thing is that they're going to hear from the doctor who has all the test results, and he's going to tell them whether they can have a baby or not, and also be their therapist at the same time. Okay. So they get the call from the doctor, and the doctor says, you know what? Yes, all your hormones are good to go there. But about your eggs, dot, 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 we don't have those results yet tomorrow. Okay. So they're just stringing us along until the next episode. But also, yeah, they're using him as a therapist, and Bilal is like, well, the truth is I'm a little nervous about it because she's already threatened me with divorce and leaving and all of that, so I don't even know if I really want to have kids with her. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Talk
But
about someone who needs therapy.
are you guys shocked to hear that she has said this?
Shocked. No, not shocked.
No, I don't think I think she's trying to learn how to negotiate like Bilal, and she's pulling out anything she can, and that's why she says those things. I actually thought, the stuff that he said did make sense when they were on the couch together about like, how could I want to have a kid if you keep talking about divorce? So yeah, I think I understand. I understand both sides, but I think he should just give her what she wants. He wants to be with her. She's gonna want a kid eventually. Like, just give her a kid. But I did think that also she was really naive about her expectations about the baby.
Especially if she
Totally
really does
agree.
need 10 hours of sleep, she's gonna die.
Oh yeah. Yes. And I
Good
could
luck getting
totally
one.
and I could totally see Bilal just leaving everything up to her. Like, well, you wanted this baby, so bye. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Bye. As in to say then bye.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I mean, she's just becoming like Bilal. Because like Bilal was like the king of spin, right? Like he was trying to lead the doctor on and saying, like, oh, so this means that we should wait, right?
Right. So
Right. And so
crazy.
when they're debating the pros and cons, like she's also just doing the same. But like if you're stressed out, you come home, you hold the baby, it'll relieve your stress. And Bill was like, what?
They do that though, I must say. Babies, when you see them, when you have had the hardest day, it
Mhm.
is like it's really fun to see them
Not
For
gonna
how long?
lie.
for forever. The cuter they are, the better the effect.
No,
Especially
it's
when
not
they're like
forever. It's not
when
forever.
it's not forever. It doesn't last forever, which is why it's such an enjoyable feeling. But like right when they wake up and then they see you and their cute little faces, like, bright eyed, you're like, oh God. Oh God.
You're making me smile already. Just thinking about my little one.
Yeah, dude. They have that effect. It's true. 100%. You like will not
Mm.
feel tired.
Oh
I
my
think it's a weird
gosh.
biological response to see a baby that even if you're tired, you want to take care of them.
Ooh, that's how I felt. Like whenever I see when I pick up mine, I just want to squeeze him. I just want to kiss him and squeeze him and eat him. And he laughs and giggles, and it just makes you even more
Yeah.
Mm.
They trick your brain, man.
to wanting. Yeah, that. Why do you think I have so many?
Yeah.
Why?
They trick you to making like to taking care of them. They suck you dry of your energy.
Literally.
And then we say thank you. Can I have another?
Okay, do you guys think this is a whole fake storyline? Do
Absolutely
you
100%. They're probably pregnant now.
okay? I think is Bilal like really withholding on this child? Because if he really is, then Shai needs to move on. Move on.
Well, do you think his cons list were
Mhm.
maybe competitive to her pros list?
Well, a lot of his cons make, I mean, they make sense, but also if you want a kid, you want a kid. Like all those like financially, like that's gonna work out. They're financially stable. Bilal makes good money, so why is that gonna be a problem? What else did he bring up?
I'm talking about
Um,
stress, right?
no, the cons. Did he say it was like
Mhm.
another con that he brought up? Brought up the financial stuff.
The no sleep stuff.
I mean the no sleep is it's a real thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Team no sleep over
It's
there at
a
the household.
real they say that you don't get your true sleep back until they're 6 years old. And that's
You
true.
keep resetting your clock.
I know. Yeah. Do you see me? I'm already like 50 years old. Look guys. Um, yeah, those things are true. But also like it doesn't outweigh the fact of when you want a baby. You want a baby.
How does one resolve the disconnect between two people who are married but are at different places for babies?
I know it's hard to somebody has to compromise. Somebody has to give give in.
Yeah, but I mean, like she's also on her own biological clock. Like there's a time pressure. So if you know for sure that you're gonna have a baby anyway, you might as well just do it now.
Right. I think so too. And you might as well be trying now. That's what I was wondering. Like, is this all fake? Because they have to be trying. Although
Well, they're
supposedly they're
doing it.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're using a condom. I don't know what she meant, like, but there's been a few accidents. And that's it
Mommy.
for them. Is she happy now? How does this apply to them? Is Bilal happy now? Who's happy?
Is
Nobody's
she
happy.
happy? I'm like, no, none of them are happy. I guess that's the irony of this title. Are you
Yes.
happy now? Quite literally, no, I am not happy now.
Yeah. Sarcastic. A
Yeah.
sarcastic. Are you happy now?
Mm.
Next couple.
Well, who is happier than Elizabeth and Andrei, who are like basically seething with rage because Andrei has to go in for his green card interview, which, according to his immigration lawyer, 95% of the time you're given an extension, no questions asked. And that 5% of the time, someone from immigration services has read something unusual that has flagged your application for a secondary review. And now it calls into question everything you've ever told immigration officers. And Andrei, being Andrei, is being kind of like a brat, and he's just like, is there someone who we can talk to? But it's like, who are you going to talk to? This is you versus America.
Mhm.
So they're trying to get to the bottom of whether or not he's told everything he's needed to say about his time with Moldovan police department. And apparently there was a trial. He's still super like quiet about this whole thing. He hasn't said anything from when we first met this guy in that first season we watched of him. I don't really know what he was in trouble for.
Hmm. But he seems super suspicious because whenever they ask him about it, he doesn't even always like say no, like straight away. He always goes, no. Like he has to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
Like, is this something from your past? He goes, no. And if you're doing that consistently, then there's probably an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, he's trying to flex. He's trying to be like, hey, dude, isn't there a thing such as like innocent as until proven guilty? And his lawyer's like, you're not American, so not for you. I like that
Yeah.
one.
You don't have any, let's say, constitutional rights here.
Yeah.
And his defense is like, yeah, the past is the past. And she's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Now everything will come to light now.
Yeah, not for the government, you know.
I would just like to point out that this immigration lawyer was top notch. Her acting and it came out so natural. Okay, better than Andre and Libby or any of these other people. Like, it's just like she deserves to be on TV. You know, didn't
I was
you guys think she
super
was really
confused on her
good?
accent. Is that a Floridian accent or a New Yorker accent?
Oh, I didn't really catch it. I didn't really notice.
She had like a Brooklyn accent, but I am not from New York, so nobody from Brooklyn come at me.
Uh-huh. All right, let me go back and listen to it later and then I'll comment. But
All right.
I thought she was like, I don't know. I thought she was very good TV. Good job, Andre, on finding this great immigration lawyer.
She did look like a Law and Order lawyer.
Yeah, she did seem like she belongs on television.
Yeah, like you know how all the other people they're really awkward and fake. For example, the doctor, right? Bilal and Shai's doctor. It's like okay,
Mhm.
you can tell that he's like rehearsed and he's a little bit awkward in front of the camera, but she was just so natural. I guess
Yeah,
she's.
or
Mhm.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess she's used to being in front of people and pleading her case or whatever as a lawyer. So it's just like,
Yeah, I was gonna say like Angela's lawyer, right? Like he seems like a normal person, but this lady
mhm.
seems like she could be on TV.
Yeah, she even has like the all the things that can make it exciting. She's like, I've seen people taken out, right? I mean, deported right from the offices, sent on an airplane and deported. I've seen people go to prison. I've seen people, you know, she brought in the the action.
Mhm.
And she had a
Like you
really good backdrop of Florida in
uh
her office. So if
yeah,
that was
she
her
was
real office, you go.
yeah, she was great. She brought in like all these other scenarios that could possibly happen that made their storyline more exciting.
Maybe she's the famous lawyer that has like, you know, those billboards. 1-800 immigration lawyer in Florida or something.
Yeah.
A picture of her, thumbs up.
I was just thinking that we never see inside the immigration offices and stuff and ever know what was taking place. Part of me just wants to think that this is just a bit that they're doing. Andrei actually has his green card, but they look super dramatic about like this whole lawyer thing. Because what is immigration going to do? Stop this show?
Well, supposedly they have an interview, like instead of just getting his green card, that they have to do an interview. So you think they're just making
Interview. Did you see the letter? Were you privy to the letter? Did you
wow, that'll
see
be
who was
really
sent by?
bad. That'll
That's what
be
I'm
so
saying.
fake.
It would be not unusual, is what I would say, if this was a bit they're doing.
Well, the lawyer even brought in, did somebody tell on you? It's also
See what I
possible that
mean? They're trying to
somebody
make it
could
dramatic.
have ratted you out. Is
It's a,
anybody angry at you?
it's a bit.
Look
They're
at all
trying to
these great things she brought.
plant the seeds of discourse between Andrea and the family.
Um, are you guys on side Libby or Andrea as to whether or not her family would be low enough to snitch on them, on Andrei?
I think Charlie
Um,
would in a second.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also want to think that they're stupid enough to not know what to do.
What do you mean?
Mm.
You know how Libby was saying they wouldn't know how to do that. I believe that. I believe they're really dumb and would not know that you could complain.
I think what's her face? The sisters would know. At least what's her name? Becky.
Yeah, she do look like a Becky.
Mm.
Yeah, Becky with the good hair.
Does he?
So, what about you? Do you think that Andre or Libby is right?
Oh, Andrei, yeah. Yes, definitely Andrei.
I have no opinion.
Yeah.
Don't have enough facts.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean about the family? About whether the family would snitch on Andrei?
Yeah, isn't that what we're talking about?
You don't have enough facts about it? What do you mean? They
No,
hate
I feel like
him.
Charlie would do it, but the family, like, would the family be dumb enough to actually
Oh, the
complain?
rest of the family. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Becky. I don't know. I think Becky might.
Okay.
Um,
Is that it for
mm,
them?
Yeah, just next week we see them go to their interview. They're both color coordinated in pink.
their fake interview.
Mm-hmm. Their interview with immigration at the local Starbucks.
Okay, who next? Is it
I
just
think. Oh, I think it's Ed and Liz, the most hated couple.
the most? Is there another word for toxic? What's another word for that? That's I don't want to say toxic because it's like so overly used, but it's them. but they're worse than that. Worse.
Yeah, what is a worse descriptor?
Okay, think about
than
it while
toxic?
I go over them. So they're gonna go through their engagement party. Um, yeah, she's getting ready and stuff. And then, well, he meets her mom for the first time, and then her mom says all this crazy stuff. Liz is like, oh, I hardly see her. We're not really that close and everything. But what her mom says is like, oh, you have brought her out of these dark times. You've made her better. You've been good for her. And I give you my blessing and all of this like positive things to add. And I'm like, you know what? You are clueless, mom. You really are. You're such a fool. No, don't you guys think? What do you think?
If the mom is a fool, yeah. I mean, I think so. She doesn't really. She just has like good intentions, but she doesn't really know how to parent her, as we've seen. So can't really. I don't know. If I was her, I wouldn't really know what to do either. Maybe that's her thing. Yeah, that's her issue. She doesn't know what to do. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like it says, don't hurt her, I guess. You have my blessing.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then I guess a big part of this is that she gets into an argument with some lady, like an ex-coworker. Ed finds out that that coworker was a lesbian. She's like, I know that lady. That lady's a lesbian. And then she asks, and then he goes to her and says, like, are you guys in a relationship? Have you guys been in a relationship? Because the way you guys were fighting, it's like you were lovers. And then she gets super pissed at him for thinking all of this, for being jealous and controlling, and she goes off. And then he calls her and says something, goes back to his default of breaking up with her. I can't be with you. You're not ready to be married, and until I know the real, I think you're hiding something. You're hiding, and I need to get down to the truth of it. And if I don't get down to the truth of it, we can't get married. And then she cries and says, like, what is he gonna do the next day? He's just gonna call his mom, call his daughter, call his best friend and say, oh, you were right about it, and they're going to start their whole cycle again. Now, what do you guys think about all of this? Can I get your thoughts?
What is there?
They basically just told us their entire story. This is exactly what they said would happen, and it's happening again. Ed is kind of just a manipulator and a gaslighter.
Yes.
We've seen this previously. We've known this about him. Nothing about this is secret. And I don't know. Liz got a lot of issues too that she's got to work with.
Yeah, she instantly reacted, like didn't even. There's no response. It's just all reaction, like instant reaction that comes from deep within her. She's not thinking at all. And she just like goes off, flies off the handle, and then she's like says all this crazy stuff, like, you're the biggest piece of shit I ever met. And I'm like, how are you supposed to marry this person if you're saying that to him? You know what I mean? And it might be true, but like, how can you reconcile saying that and also thinking that you're going to be able to marry this person? It doesn't make sense.
So what do you mean when you said that she like flew off the handle? She's like just reacting.
Like as soon as he said, like, are you? She goes, yeah. As soon as he says, did you ever in a relationship with this person? Like, there's no like sit and like let me think about how to respond. She just immediately goes, what the fuck? And it just goes crazy and like runs away.
Well, do you think it's because maybe it's an argument that they've had numerous times that like he's possibly accused her of being with somebody like over and over again? Like, they say like he's controlling, he's jealous. Like this is like one of many occasions that, he's like, oh, have you been are you in a relationship? And like it's their wedding or engagement party. They're supposed to be celebrating each other and loving each other. And he's going to bring up the same age-old argument again about whether are you with this person?
I would bet that she's reacted the same way every single time.
Okay, like, so you feel like this was her from the start? Really? You think that
but no, but I mean,
first
like
argument that they've had?
No, but I mean, like, I would bet that she reacted for this argument. She's reacted that same way, and it's like by now, couldn't you have like maybe thought to respond in a way that was like, you've already talked about this so many times. But she didn't say any of that. She just says like, you're the biggest piece of shit. She probably has cussed him out every single time the other fights. So like there's no different way of responding by now. It's the same fight over and over. That's what I would think based on what I saw. I can understand why she's pissed and like if he's done it like that same thing over and over, but I don't know. It just seems like it's all reaction and not response.
How much of that too was just like exacerbated by her being drunk and belligerent?
Do you really think it was? She was speaking totally. I felt like she wasn't drunk and belligerent. I mean, I do think she probably had a few drinks, but I wouldn't say that she's to the point where she's being irrational and not and that like she wasn't. Her points were not irrational. That they had point, they had merit. Like he on their wedding, on the night of their engagement, he's saying all these things about like, I can't trust you. I need to get down to the bottom of this. You're not ready to get married. You've been with this for it's like, wait, what? Like what we're supposed to be getting engaged and we're about to get married, and you're doing this again to me tonight of all nights.
I agree, yeah, but she didn't say that. She just cussed him out. Did she say that did she say that stuff?
She didn't. I mean, she was kind of like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not in a relationship with her. Like, no, kind of. She did address it and say, like, no, like, what do you mean? Like, it was like so absurd to her that it made her mad. Like, it was just so absurd that he would say this. It's like going to a party. I don't know. Imagine if this is my like if you're at a party and it's like your good guy friend for a long time or something, and then like your boyfriend's gonna come like, are you in a relationship with him? It's like, wait, what? That is so absurd. You know that this has been my good guy friend for over 30 plus years or something like that. Like you're just letting your jealousy and possessiveness, here it comes again, ruining everything.
That's what you should have said.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's where the drinking has come in, but instead of her being more patient in that way. But I also think that she's just pissed that they've had this conversation so many times and that she wasn't expecting it tonight of all nights, probably their night of engagement.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. I just feel so bad for Liz. I think has, like what you guys said, like a traumatic past. She's been divorced twice. Like she has a lot of issues she needs to resolve. And that Ed is another one who brings out the worst of her. Just like Angela is somebody who brings out the worst in anybody. I think Ed also brings out the worst in anyone.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
Especially a young girl who's easily manipulated, like Liz, like somebody who's so much younger, and she's probably seeking also, like she probably, fell in love with him, but he's also knows that he can manipulate her and control her so completely. And he sees that, and he doesn't. If Ed was good, he would be like, you know what, Liz, you have some things that you need to resolve, whatever. We're not actually, and just end that relationship and be done with it. But he probably gets that high, like some high from having that control over Liz. I don't know. I feel for Liz. I feel for her. Yes.
I do. I also feel for her.
I mean, she's not perfect, but I feel for her in her imperfection of being kind of a young girl being manipulated by this elderly gentleman who is not a gentleman.
Yeah, so we also hate Ed like everybody else.
Yeah. And it just sucks because she's gonna get back with Ed, and it's like that friend that you have that deserves better but doesn't see it for herself and just has to do the same mistake over and over again, and you just have to walk away from that friendship because you can't see it anymore. I'm sorry, this one I just hits close to home.
From personal experience? What do you mean?
I don't know, just like from a girl like boy, like like the girl that you see with somebody who's not good for them, you're like, come on, just get out of it, pull out of it, but they just can't. It's so hard for them because of love makes you do crazy things.
It's the theme of the show.
It's true. Okay. Well, I think that's it for everybody. So with that said, thank you to everybody who gives a 5-star review. Really, really appreciate it. If you haven't left a review, please do so on whatever podcast app you use. It really helps us keep creating the podcast. Thank you to Dylan and B. Anything else?
Nope.
Yeah, no. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.